All following property belongs to the estate of John Frederick McAlpine. Chapter 12. Now, Bloorview decides they're going to pull some shit on us, and they're saying that part of the agreement for us returning to Bloorview is that we had to go to Bloorview School. I would have remembered if that was in the agreement, as I had very little regard for the educational value of Bloorview School. Me, Jim, and Coppus all said, "Fuck you." I got very angry about it. Coppus surprisingly kind of wimped out and started going down to Bloorview School. Jim and I totally refused. It's not surprising that Coppus wimped out since his new girlfriend, Tanya, was a student there. They tried forcing Jim and I, but we'd end up running away and just being very nasty. We ended up having to meet Bloorview's executive director to straighten this out. As usual, I did the talking because with authority, Coppus didn't know what the hell to say, and Jim was pretty apathetic about everything. Jim's favorite saying for every situation was, "Whatever." I ended up being the one talking our way out of it. We ended up agreeing that the teachers would come to the unit and we would do hobbies, not schoolwork. I was building models. I forget what Jim and Chris were doing. That was kind of funny because we twisted it around for ourselves. I got famous for my big mouth. But it was helpful quite often when I was dealing with authority figures. Administrations, head nurses, you name it, I could speak their language. Yet I'm not very good at advocating for myself. I tend to go into a temper tantrum when I face a stressful situation. I can get very nasty. I tend to very quickly get emotional with people controlling me and stuff like that. A reporter, I'm not sure of her name, she did a piece about loss of freedom in our society, which included Jim, Coppus, and myself, as well as a couple of people in jail. She compared our situations and how we were all on our own, being imprisoned by the state. Coppus kind of stood out as the rebel to highlight what she described his attire, including his Q107 t-shirt. This article eventually led to Bloorview easing the restrictions involving our ability to have free movement within the hospital. We no longer had to have a nurse with us at all times. This extended to the hospital grounds, and we were also allowed to leave the hospital and go out on our own at our own risk. Bloorview had their lawyers write up a waiver for us to sign that